Lead generation. For so many businesses, it feels like a complete roll of the dice. You pour in money, you get some contacts back, but are they the right ones? Well, what if I told you we could turn that gamble into a science, a way to build a steady, predictable stream of amazing leads without burning through your budget? Let's do it.
Let's just get right to it, because this is the real pain point, isn't it? Are you spending a ton of cash on ads only to end up with a list of contacts who are, well, useless? The window shoppers, the tire kickers, or people who are just a terrible fit for what you do. If that sounds familiar, you know just how frustrating it is. So let's fix that.
I love this analogy. Think about it. Every single dollar you spend on your marketing is like water you're pouring into a bucket. But if your system, your funnel, is full of holes, all that time, effort, and money just leaks right out. That is exactly what's happening when you attract leads who never, ever convert.
So here's our game plan for plugging those leaks for good. First, we're going to pinpoint the problem of wasted budget. Then I'll show you the winning formula to solve it. After that, we'll talk about shifting your mindset from one-off campaigns to a sustainable system. And finally, we'll cover how to measure everything so you know for sure that it's working.
All right, first things first, where is all that money actually going? Let's get right to the heart of why most lead generation strategies just fizzle out and fail. It almost always boils down to one of two classic mistakes. First, there's the old, if you build it, they will come strategy. Just throwing up a simple contact form and hoping for the best. The second big mistake, using a generic one-size-fits-all offer for everybody. Both of these are absolute magnets for low-quality leads, and that's where your budget just vanishes into thin air.
Okay, but here's the good news. There is a proven solution, and it's got nothing to do with luck or crossing your fingers. It's about following a very specific and, honestly, a very powerful formula.
And this is the key insight right here. Getting high-quality leads isn't some dark art. It's a structure, and it's built on three fundamental pillars. If you get these three things right, the system just works. But if even one of them is wobbly, the whole thing comes crashing down.
And here it is. This is the formula. It's really just 3 steps. Number 1, know exactly who you're talking to. Number 2, create an offer that they just can't say no to. And number 3, build a landing page that is designed for one thing and one thing only, conversion. Let's break each of those down.
First up, the hyper-defined target. And look, this goes so far beyond we sell to small businesses. You need to create a super detailed avatar. What are their biggest fears? What are their secret desires? What keeps them up at night? When you know that stuff, you can craft a message that doesn't just get noticed, it actually resonates.
Okay, once you know who you're talking to, you need the perfect bait, and we're talking about an irresistible offer. The key here is, this isn't about selling your product yet. This is about giving them something of immense value, a killer report, a super useful checklist that solves a real, immediate problem for them. It should be so good that they feel like they're practically stealing from you just for giving up their email address.
And finally, the landing page. This is the bridge that takes them from just being interested to actually taking action. The rules here are so simple. Absolutely no distractions, copy that screams benefits, not features, and one and only one crystal clear call to action. Its only job in the entire world is to get that conversion. That's it.
So now that we have the formula, let's zoom out a bit. Because the real secret here, the thing that leads to massive long-term success, isn't just running one perfect campaign. It's about building something much, much bigger.
This right here is the critical mindset shift. You have to stop thinking in terms of campaigns. Those short-term sprints where you're always chasing leads and the results are totally up and down. Instead, you need to start building an ecosystem, a fully integrated system that works for you 24/7 like a natural magnet, pulling in the right people and delivering consistent, predictable results. So, how do you build this magical ecosystem? It all comes down to high-value content. When you consistently publish helpful articles, insightful videos, or useful guides, you stop just advertising, and you start building real authority. The leads who find you this way, they're already warmed up. They already see you as the expert, which makes them way more likely to become a customer.
Okay, so you've built your ecosystem, the leads are starting to flow in. Job done, right? Not quite. Now we get to the really scientific part of the process, qualifying those leads and measuring absolutely everything.
You've got to remember this. Getting an email address isn't the finish line. It's the starting line.
Now the real work starts. You've got to figure out who's a genuinely good fit and who might be ready to buy soon. That's where you qualify them and start to nurture that brand new relationship.
And you can't manage what you don't measure, right? To make sure your ecosystem is actually profitable, you have to be obsessed with these numbers. Your cost per lead tells you if you're being efficient. The lead-to-customer conversion rate tells you if your leads are any good. Average value tells you what they're worth. And finally, return on ad spend, ROAS. That's the bottom line. For every dollar you put in, how many are you getting back? These numbers tell the real story.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's just reframe this whole thing. It's so easy to get obsessed with the how, how to run a Facebook ad, how to build a landing page. But the most important question you can possibly ask isn't how, it's what. What are you actually building? So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Are you building temporary campaigns that just burn through cash and leave you on a hamster wheel? Or are you investing your time and energy into building a lasting ecosystem that attracts your perfect customers to you almost automatically? The answer to that question is going to define your success. Thanks for joining me.